Good morning and welcome to 69 News, brought to you by the F.C.D. Up next, reporter Krystal Harris, live and on the scene. Welcome back to 69 News.
Now, we're here with Gary. Gary, did you know that food provides nutrients for your body to survive?
Yes.
Oh, that's good, because nutrients are basically a substance that are in food and used by the body to provide energy. So your body may function. You know that? Oh, okay. Do you know the 7 nutrients?
Yeah.
You know? Oh, well, this is a good day for you. Proteins, there are 7 of them. There are proteins, fats, oils, carbs, vitamins, minerals, and water. Thank you. Have a nice day, sir. Hello. My name is Krystal A. And I was just wondering, do you know what foods are good for you? Are you wondering what are nutrients? Well, don't turn that channel because we'll be right back with more information. Okay. We're here with Jakari. And Jakari, fats and oils belong to a group called lipids, right? Fats are made of elements called carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, which provides more insulated source of energy. Did you know that fats are components in cell structures and metabolism? Really? Fats are esters and are attached to the glycerol, which are called triglycerides, which is connected to 3 acids. Once these molecules are broken down, they are stored in tissues, which provides insulation, which regulates your body temperature. That's why when you get kind of cold, you have to snuggle up to your mom. They have the extra blanket, you know. You do that sometimes? No? We probably have a friend or somebody with an extra little junk in their trunk. They keep you warm because they have a lot of fatty tissues in them that keeps you warm. Fats are basically, that's it, because fats are made up of group R. You know what group R is? Group R groups, I'm sorry. R groups.
I think I heard of it before, but I ain't so familiar with it. Okay.
Okay, that's okay. R groups contain an even number of between 10 and 20 carbon atoms. For example, anthocyanuric acid. These are oils which are unsaturated or changed because they are liquids at room temperature. Some fats are solid, whereas such as butter and lard. Others are liquid form, which are like your olive oil and your canola oil, your corn oil, and sunflower. You see those right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel you.
You see, your canola oil is good for you. And your sunflower oil. Those keep you with a good nutrition for you. Okay. Now we're on carbs. Carbs are the main function in your body as a source of energy. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, I did know that. Yeah, I know that.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Grains, such as plants, are the main source of your dietary carbohydrates. Also, sugar are low in molar mass carbs, which are crystalline solids and dissolve in water to give sweet solutions, such as sugar. Yeah.
Preaching.
Yeah. You see this chart right here?
I see it. Lactose and everything.
All right. This is called your monosaccharides and your disaccharides. Your maltose is basically your soda. This soda right here. Let me show you. This is your soda. And this is made of 2 main glucose, which makes this fatty sugar. That's called maltose. Okay? The next thing you have is, let me see this right here. Thank you, sir. That's okay. You have your lactose, which is your milk. Your lactose is your BD glucose and your BD galactose. Okay? Your milk is good for you because it gives you that calcium that you need.
Yeah. Where's my muscle?
And don't we just love this? Do you know what this is, sir? Yes, sugar. This is called your sucrose. which is called your table sugar. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Okay. This is made up of fructose and glucose. Oh, even that's good too. Okay. Well, Jakari, thank you for having this interview with me. I hope you're very well informed of your daily intake. Thank you. What do you know what a dietary fiber is?
Dietary fiber. Wow.
Well, dietary fiber are basically, it's basically a carb that is not affected by digestion. And carbs make up the bulk of feces. You know what feces is?
Yes, that's
Yes. That's when you eat too many of these dietary fibers. Like beans, bread, pasta.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, protein, we're now on protein now.
Right.
Protein is an essential for life. If you don't have meat in your body, you can't survive because you need that percent.
Are you vegetarian? You take pills?
Yeah, look like this. There's certain types of protein, like essential amino acids, cannot be produced in the body, and therefore must be supplied in your diet.
Right. Okay.
Animal protein is generally more. Animal protein is generally more valuable in nutrition than vegetable protein.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know anything about this chart right here?
I've heard of all the stuff on that chart, though.
Okay. Well, this is one of them. Saturated fats. Well, I'm gonna start from the first column. Saturated fats are solids, like coconut, butter fat, beef fat, and powder.
Wow.
Unsaturated oils such as this, olive oil, canola oil, peanut oil, which is very bad. But olive oil is different. I know this.
Okay.
It's different. Polyunsaturated oils such as sunflower, soybean, corn oil, and fish oil are also oils that kind of are bad for you. They're hard to digest.
Wow. Those are the stuff I do like.
I like them too. Okay. Now, the stability of these fats are called hydrolysis of fats. This is when the splitting of a compound by reaction with water. Do you know when your milk spoil or your eggs or anything like this spoil, what that smell is? What it's called?
Ooh, that's a pretty big smell. Smell up your whole house.
Yes. It's called rancid. And it's supposed to have this hydrolysis reaction by the enzymes on these. Oily fish like mackerel contain a high level of unsaturated fatty acids and are prone to oxidative rancidity, which means that if you put it in the heat, it'll get brown and nasty and start to smell really, really bad. Do you know how fish smell in hot sun?
Yes.
Ooh. Horrible. But to reduce that smell, you can just pop it in the refrigerator, or you just use some antioxidants.
Wow, antioxidants. I never heard of that.
Yeah, something new, huh?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. Hydrogen of fats. Hydrogen of fats is when hydrogen can be added across a carbon-carbon double bond to decrease the level of unsaturation. This reaction is important because it increases the melting point, hardness, and the chemical stability of fats. Do you know how this became hard? You know, the first stage of this Krystal based buttering stick was liquid. It was this.
Wow.
But they did something. Do you know what that something is?
The fat? Yeah.
It's fat, but it's basically called hydrogenation of fats. That's when you convert liquid oils into solid margarine and spread such as this.
So when you warm that up, do it turn to this?
Yes, because when you pop it on the skillet, you know how it just swirls around and turns to liquid. That's what basically it is.
They just being, just people just being lazy, just to use this, with that.
Like, it's the same thing. Why not use, it doesn't matter. I don't know why certain recipes say, oh, use the stick or versus the oil. Now, the advantage and the disadvantages of this is that it controls the feel of plastic stiffness and increases the hardness of oil. It increases the rate of oxidation stability, increasing saturation.
Yeah.
Changes a liquid to oil to a semi-solid or solid to make the melting point of an unsaturated fat more like than saturated fat, which is this. The disadvantages is mono and poly unsaturated fats are unhealthy. Basically, the canola oil and peanut oil are very rare, but they're very bad for you too, because it can turn into high cholesterol. It can make you very high in cholesterol, which can lead you to the hospital.
Wow.
Well, sir, thank you for coming to 69 News. I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Okay, hi, Chris. The 7 types of nutrients are protein, water, vitamins and minerals, and water, of course. Now, we need these 7 nutrients so that we won't become malnutrition. This happens when we get too much or too little nutrition. A balanced diet includes all of these, with 60%, 20%, and about 10% of each. Now, your diet should always include vitamins, minerals, and a daily intake of water. Now, are you aware of this chart here?
Yeah, I'm aware of that chart.
Oh, really?
Did it change?
Did it change?
Yeah.
I don't know. Last time I noticed, it was like this on it for years.
Okay.
But basically, a balanced diet, nutrients. Okay, let's start with the bottom first.
Yeah,
The
bread,
bottom,
grain, cereal.
it has your carbs, right? Do you know what's in your carbs?
Yeah.
What?
Protein.
Please talk to the mic.
Protein.
Protein. And carbs? Sir, you don't know this, Charlie. Let me tell you. Okay. Your carbs include bread, cereals, crackers, and pasta.
Okay.
The next one, you have fruits and vegetables. Now, these two, you have to have 60% of your diet to have your nutrition you need. Okay? Now, your meat and your eggs and your fish, your beans, and your dairy products are your proteins and vitamins.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
Go ahead.
That's okay. Now, the top here, you see it's kind of small, right? Because that includes your oils, candy, cookies, but that stuff that is really bad for you. Give you all kind of fats you don't want, right? And you're only supposed to have 10% or 20% of those. You're only supposed to have 20% or 30% of proteins and vitamins. And you're only supposed to have 60% of carbs, vitamins, and everything below.
Right.
Now, you need this to have a nutritional diet. So you can keep this, because you seem like you didn't know it. Please, you can keep it, please.
Essential amino acids cannot be produced in the body and therefore must be supplied in the diet. So therefore, don't be hesitant to try some protein-rich foods such as fish, meat, beans, eggs, nuts, mushrooms, milk, soybeans, tofu, cheese, and yogurt.
Now on to your next reporter, Shelby Smith, on Shelf Life and Color. Take it away, Shelby.
Shelf life. Food can spoil 2 different ways: autolytic and microbiome. Autolysis, the breakdown of food by enzymes presented in the food and causes the release of nutrients from the cells. Want to know the factors that affect the shelf life and quality of food? Question mark. Well, it's 2 main components. No, it's 4 actually. Change in the water content, pH, light, and temperature. Change in the water content. Reduction in water changes the texture. It causes for a loss of nutrients, and it increases the rate of the enzymatic browning. pH. Reducing the pH inhibits microbial enzymatic activity. Light. Exposure to light can cause natural color or food to fade. That's why you should store food in dark places. It prevents light from passing through to food and will stop the photooxidation. Temperature. When temperature increases, it increases the rate of the chemical reaction, which results in food spoilage. Additives. Chemical compounds which slow down the deterioration of food. Weak acids are usually added to help this process.
Antioxidants is a substance that delays the onset or slows the rate of oxidation. They are added to foods such as oils, fats, and butter as they react with oxygen containing free radicals and so preventing oxidative rancidity. Naturally occurring antioxidants are vitamin E, which is found in nuts, green leafy vegetables, and vegetable oils. Vitamin C, which is found in citrus fruits, green bell peppers, vegetables, and strawberries. Beta-carotene, which is found in carrots, melons, sweet potatoes, and tomatoes. Last but not least, the element selenium, which is found in fish, red meat, eggs, grains, chicken, and garlic. Another class of natural antioxidants is flavonoids. Flavonoids is a compound that is in citrus fruits, green tea, red wine, oregano, and dark chocolate. The advantages of synthetic antioxidants is that it slows down the rate of rancidity. But the disadvantages of natural antioxidants is that they give a bad aftertaste and an unwanted color.
Thank you, Shelby. Now I'm Rachel, informing you about color. Food can be colored naturally or artificially. A pigment is a naturally occurring color found in the cells of plants and animals. Porphyrins, carotenoids, and anthocyanins are the main pigments responsible for the color of fruit, vegetables, and meat. Porphyrins are complex ring-shaped molecules with a metal atom in the center. Carotenoids are fat-soluble big-chain hydrocarbon molecules which range in color from yellow to red. Anthocyanins are a subclass of flavors responsible for a range of colors including yellow, red, and blue. This is a visible spectrum of light ranges. The amount of light absorbed at different wavelengths can be measured using a visible spectrometer. The spectrum can identify which colors are absorbed.
Color stability depends on factors such as the presence of absence of light, oxygen, heavy metals, and oxidizing or reducing agents, and variations in temperature and pH. Stability of chlorophyll. Many pigments are thermally unstable and can also be affected by extremes of pH. The green color of vegetables can fade to yellow and brown as they are cooked, owing to the thermal instability of chlorophyll. Stability of iron. Iron demonstrates all these different properties in iron. Forming colored compounds, they can form complex ions. They are able to form different oxidation states. In muscles, iron is associated with the purple-red protein, hemoglobin molecule, which binds the oxygen molecules to form the red oxomyoglobin molecule. Then it undergoes a slow auto-oxidative reaction to form metamoglobin, resulting a complex brown color. To reduce this from your meats, just store it in an oxygen-free atmosphere. Stability of anthocyanins. The structure of anthocyanins and their color changes with the pH. They are more stable and most highly colored at low pH and low temperatures. Stability of carotenoids. The multiple conjugated carbon-carbon double bonds, which gives the carotenoids their color, also makes them susceptible to oxidation catalyzed by light metals and hydroperoxides, which explains their role as an antioxidant. They are stable at 50 degrees and a range of pH of 2 through 7. With heating, the natural occurring trans isomer rearranges to cis isomers. Enzymatic browning. Enzymatic browning is a chemical process which occurs in fruits and vegetables containing the enzyme polyform oxidase. It's responsible for up to 50% of all loss of fruits and vegetables. During production, there are two processes which leads to this change: caramelization and Maillard browning. Caramelization. Foods with a high carbon content and low nitrogen content can be caramelized. The process is when you start melting sugar at a high temperature above 120 degrees. The small sugars start to react with each other by condensation reaction, which produces a desirable color and flavor in bakery goods, coffee, soft drinks, beer, and peanuts. Maillard browning. This happens when a series of amino acids and reducing sugars, usually at an increased temperature. Maillard browning improves the flavor and color of foods. Examples are caramel, fudges, chocolate milk, and baking goods, baking bread.
Welcome back. I am reporter Indigo Carrington, and today I will be talking to you about genetically modified foods, its texture, and emulsifiers. Genetically modified food involves alteration of the DNA of one or more genes to achieve improvement in the quality. In the past, these alterations were done by crossbreeding, but plant breeding wasn't accurate. When you crossbreed, it's called transgenic. That's when you transfer DNA across barriers to produce food not found in nature. For example, corn. Another example of genetically modified foods is your flavor saver, also found in tomato juice. Another common genetically modified food is your ordinary flavor saver. This is genetically engineered to turn off the gene that promotes decay. The tomato can be left on the vine until ripe, picked and transported without rotting. This improves the appearance, nutritional value, and shelf life. When it comes to genetically modified foods, there are many benefits. Benefits like improved flavor, texture, nutritional value, longer shelf life, more resistant to diseases, and they can produce increased amounts of vitamins. However, many people are concerned for the increase in allergies and the risk of changing the composition of a balanced diet. Now on to texture. Colloidal, which is a mixture of dispersed phases and a continuous phase. For example, milk. It appears to be white because the light is scattered by protein and fat droplets dispersed in water. Here is your continuous phase, and inside you have all of these mini droplets known as your dispersed phase. A dispersed system is a stable mixture of one phase and another immiscible phase. For example, oil and water. When left to sit, they begin to separate from each other. Fire helps different phases mix. Remember, two important types: oil and water and oil. Here you have an emulsifier. Down below you have oil. On top of the oil sits water. When shaken together, these elements form an emulsifier. Here is a molecule, a hydrophilic polar head and a hydrophilic non-polar tail. Here is a droplet of oil, and you have your molecules that attaches to it. That was Indigo with the last report. Thank you for watching 69 News. I'm your reporter, Aubrey. See you next time. Bye.
The advantages of hydrogenation and the disadvantages of hydrogenation. The advantages are the changes of liquid oil to a semi-solid or solid to make the melting point of an unsaturated fat more like that of a saturated fat. It decreases the rate of oxidation, which is stability increases with increasing the saturation. It increases hardness and controls the feel and placidity, the stiffness. The disadvantages of hydrogenation is that mono and polyunsaturated fats are healthier for the heart than saturated fats. In partial hydrogenation, trans fatty acids can form. Trans fatty acids are hard to metabolize, it accumulates in fatty tissues, and are difficult to excrete from the body. It increases levels of LDL and bad cholesterol, and are a low quality of energy source. You have your monosaccharides and your disaccharides. When you add glucose and glucose together, you get maltose. That's for beers and sodas. For glucose, when you add glucose and lactose, you get lactose, which is in milk. When you add glucose and fructose, you get sucrose, which is table sugar. You have your saturated fats, your monounsaturated oils, which are double bonds, and polyunsaturated oils, which poly has more than one double bond. Saturated fats includes coconut, butterfat, and beef fat. Monounsaturated oils are olive oil, canola oil, and peanut oil. Polyunsaturated oils are sunflower oil, soybean oil, corn oil, and fish oil.
Hello, my name is Krystal A.
What they say? How to is presented and processed.
Yes.
How? What? I can't even read my own handwriting. Hold on.
We got to start over.
Additives. I need to learn how to pronounce some of these words.
A dispersed system is this a stable? Good morning. A common genetically modified food is your another common genetically modified food is your common tomato savor. Wait, no, flavor savor. Okay, let's go.
Hi, my name is Krystal A. And I was just wondering, do you know what foods are good for you? What are nutrients? Well, don't turn that child. Because I'll be right back.
A typical day at the grocery store. Look at this. They going down this fatty side of the store. You have your chips. Yeah. Oh. Crackers. Ooh.
Can you move so I can turn around? I can't even
And she's being mean to a cripple. Oh my, that's not nice.
I'll run you over. Well, they gotta
She's
be
so mean. You don't have to be mean to me, ma'am. Ma'am.
Shelby. Shelby. Oh my god. I'm trying to turn around.
Why did you throw that at me? Color stability. Stability. Why can stability?
I don't even know the song. They're gonna be like, Krystal, what's that? Yo house.